It was February 1952. A young woman, just 25, was halfway across the world from home. She had come to Kenya as a princess, but by the time she left, she was queen. Elizabeth and Philip had embarked on their first major Commonwealth tour, a journey meant to represent the young face of a modern monarchy. Kenya was their first stop. The itinerary: a safari, a visit to Sagana Lodge, and one night at a rustic treetop retreat called the Treetops Hotel, a place famed for overlooking watering holes where elephants gathered. It was meant to be a pause in duty, a romantic interlude for a young couple still new to marriage, still discovering the world beyond palace walls. The Treetops Hotel wasn't grand, certainly not by royal standards. It was a wooden structure, built high in the branches of a giant fig tree, overlooking the Aberdare forest. As night fell, the young princess stepped onto the balcony and looked out. Elizabeth was at peace here, laughing, sketching, and taking photographs of the animals. That evening, as she went to bed in the Treetop Lodge, the empire still had a king. Early the next morning, far away in Sandringham, King George VI passed away in his sleep. Back in Kenya, his daughter was still sleeping, unaware that history had shifted beneath her. When the message finally reached the royal party, there was confusion. The king was dead, and his daughter, who had gone up a tree as a princess, had come down a queen. Witnesses said she didn't cry. She simply stood still, composed, grave, and quiet. In that stillness, a monarch was born. The journey home was solemn. Every smile that had greeted her departure was replaced by silence. She had lost a father and inherited a crown. The moment she stepped off that plane, Britain met its new sovereign, composed, graceful, already embodying the quiet endurance that would define her reign. The image of the Queen's ascension at Treetops became one of the most poetic in modern history, a reminder that leadership can begin not in palaces, but in humility. In that Kenyan treetop, surrounded by wild nature, Elizabeth became a symbol of continuity, of calm in the storm. The lodge would later be rebuilt after being destroyed in the Mau Mau uprising. But the memory of that night remains untouched, a single moment when the destiny of the British crown shifted beneath the African stars. From a treetop in Kenya to the grandeur of Westminster Abbey, Queen Elizabeth II carried that same quiet composure throughout her reign. Her story began not with ceremony, but with silence. And in that silence, she learned what it meant to serve a lesson she would never forget. She went up a princess and came down a queen. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to Celebrity Style 247, where royal history becomes royal cinema. What do you think Elizabeth was thinking in that moment when the crown